This video will explore the Smarter, Balanced Summative Assessment. The summative assessment has two parts. One part is called the CAT. CAT stands for Computer Adaptive Testing. The second part of summative assessment is called the performance task. Let's take a moment to talk about each of them. Computer adaptive testing, or CAT, means that as a student takes a test, the difficulty of the questions adjusts or adapts depending on students' answers. Computer adaptive testing gives us a more precise measure of what students know and can do. So, for example, if a student answers a question correctly, the next question will be more difficult. But if a student answers incorrectly, the next question will be less difficult. Think about someone learning to lift weights. If someone only tries to lift weights that are too heavy, we won't know what they can actually lift. Similarly, if they only lift weights that are too light, we'll never know what they could actually achieve. However, if we adapt the weights by systematically trying lighter and heavier weights, we can quickly find out what their lifting ability actually is. This is why Smarter Balanced worked with educators across the nation to build a large bank of high-quality test questions and tasks that measure the breadth of college and career-ready content to pinpoint students' ability. Now, let's discuss the other part of the summative assessment, called the performance task. Performance tasks are a chance for students to integrate knowledge and skills across multiple standards, a key component of college and career readiness. They use research and writing skills, complex problem solving, and mathematical reasoning. Performance tasks include a variety of information, like readings, video clips, data, and problem-solving scenarios. Performance tasks give students the opportunity to demonstrate the organization, communication, critical thinking, and problem-solving skills that will help them succeed after high school. Now that we have reviewed the CAT and the performance tasks, let's look at the different types of questions included on the summative assessment. These include multiple choice items with a single correct answer, multi-select items which have more than one correct answer, tables where students fill in missing information, hot text, which requires students to highlight text in a paragraph or set of sentences, graphing items where students plot points or draw lines on a graph, short answer items, and extended responses or essay questions. It is beneficial for students to be familiar with the different types of questions before taking the actual assessment. Think about it like this. Reviewing the types of questions and knowing how to answer them is similar to a pre-game warm-up. What if an athlete did not practice prior to game day? The different plays and calls would get confusing. To lessen the confusion, everyone has access to practice test items. This allows educators, families, and students the chance to become familiar with the types of questions and tools available on the assessment. Every state's delivery of items is a little different, so visit your state-hosted practice and training test site. It's also a great place to become familiar with other resources that are available, like annotated anchors for ELA performance tasks, writing rubrics, practice test answer keys, and assessment blueprints. These resources help to provide educators with more information about how the assessment is scored and what types of questions are included on the test so that they can better understand the meaning of their students' test results. Now that we have reviewed the different parts of the assessment, item types, and resources, let's talk about accessibility resources that support students. Smarter Balanced offers robust resources to meet students' needs. As educators, we can identify and assign accessibility resources to help support students during testing. These resources are designed to make the assessment equitable for students and to reduce barriers to testing. Translated glossaries in mathematics are an example of designated supports that an educator or team of educators can select for a student. This team can determine appropriate accessibility resources for an English learner test taker based on his or her needs. Smarter Balanced also has universal tools that support test takers. An example of a universal tool is the Desmos calculator, which is accessible to students, including students who are blind or visually impaired. The calculator is available for students both during the assessment and in the classroom via an external app and website. The accessibility tools provide students with the individual support they need for an equitable assessment. One of the reasons the Smarter Balanced Summative Assessment is so powerful is that it was built from the ground up by teachers. Educators participate in each stage of the process from item writing to data review. This includes educators with experience working with students with disabilities and with English learners. This also helps ensure that items are equitable and accessible to students with a wide variety of backgrounds and needs. The summative assessment, along with the interim assessments and formative assessment instructional supports, are designed to work together to support high-quality teaching, improve learning for all students, and prepare students for life after high school. We hope this information about the summative assessment was helpful. Thank you for watching.